Meet John Wayne Gacy, a man who wore many masks. By day, he was the beloved Pogo the Clown, spreading joy at children's parties. By night, he was a monster lurking in the shadows. How did this ordinary man transform into one of the most notorious serial killers in history? To understand the horror, we must journey back to the beginning. What drives a man to commit unthinkable acts of horror? This is John Wayne Gacy, a man who seemed like an ordinary neighbor, a community leader, and even a beloved party clown. But behind the mask of Pogo the Clown, Gacy hid a terrifying secret. Born in 1942 in Chicago, Gacy's early life was marred by an abusive father and health issues. Despite these challenges, he managed to carve out a seemingly successful life. He owned a construction business, was active in local politics, and often entertained children at parties. But beneath this veneer of normalcy, darkness was brewing. From 1972 to 1978, young men began to vanish from the Chicago area. The community was gripped by fear, and no one could have imagined that the friendly neighborhood clown was responsible for these disappearances. Gacy lured his victims into his home, often under the guise of offering them work or a place to stay. Once inside, he would overpower them, subject them to unspeakable acts, and ultimately end their lives. He buried many of his victims in the crawl space beneath his house, a chilling testament to his depravity. In December 1978, a breakthrough came when one of Gacy's last victims, Robert Peast, went missing. The investigation led police to Gacy's home, where they uncovered the horrifying truth. A total of 29 bodies were found on his property, with additional victims discovered in nearby rivers. Gacy's trial in 1980 captivated the nation. His defense tried to argue insanity, but the jury saw through it. Gacy was found guilty of 33 murders, making him one of the most prolific serial killers in U.S. history. He was sentenced to death and spent 14 years on death row before his execution in 1994. Even as he faced his final moments, Gacy showed no remorse, famously stating, "Kiss my ass," as his last words. His execution marked the end of a chapter, but the scars he left on the families of his victims and the community remain to this day. John Wayne Gacy's story is a stark reminder of the darkness that can hide behind the most unexpected faces. It challenges us to remain vigilant and to look beyond the surface, understanding that true evil can often wear a mask of normalcy. Thanks for watching, and until next time.